Yes, Mr. Shaskelson.
Witness F, we were talking about the close quarter combat weapons deal that was being proposed to you when we left.
Mr. Ngwato, I see that you have shed your jacket.
Sorry, Commissioner, it's just too early, sorry.
At least you should have said something.
Commissioner?
I'm saying at least you should have said something to us.
No, sorry, I apologize because I was outside and I just came in and said and it just completely slipped my mind. I apologize.
So you were asking to...
May I, Commissioner, if you don't mind? It's extremely hard.
That's in order. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We were talking about the close quarter combat arms deal. You said at 11:37 that you need to see and test. What did you have in mind by that?
I wanted to see the said firearm and test if they are worth of use for a dedicated sports shooting.
And did you ever get an opportunity to test them?
No, I did not.
And now, when you wanted to see and test them, what did you have in mind? That you would look for a buyer?
I don't know how to answer that, but let me put it in this fashion. I wanted to see and test. It was a two-way thing. Even when I present it to people, I must have that knowledge on how does it work, how does it perform. That is the reason I said I wanted to test and see.
Now, what is the market for a close quarter combat 12-gauge modified shotgun? Who buys these types of weapons?
I'm not sure, Commissioners, if I understand that question.
Well, if you wanted to see and test, that was presumably with a view to being able to tell a potential buyer what you thought of the weapons. I'm interested in knowing who potential buyers were.
Myself, for one, as you see there in 702, he sent me the quotation. If on each firearm is 15,500, if you buy 10. So I was looking in that fashion. Not per se that I had a buyer or I was doing marketing for him.
But the question that you were being asked was whether you had a market for these. I
don't have a market.
You don't have a market. That isn't what you answered. Your answer was, I need to see and test.
That's correct.
When you were being asked whether you had a market, why didn't you just say, no, I don't have a market, but I may be interested in buying one of these weapons myself?
When I was asked by who, Commissioners?
By the person who saved in your phone as Comrade Didi Mabuza, Deputy President. If you look at 113639. Hey brother, do you have a market for a compact close quarter combat 12-gauge shotgun manufactured in South Africa? So
at that time, I felt that to answer him the way I did, commissioners.
And why would you be interested in a close quarter combat 12-gauge shotgun? Is this a sports weapon of the sort that you are familiar with?
That's correct, Commissioner. Not that I was per se interested. He's the one who sent it to me. Then I comment that can I see and test? Because of obviously when you see the gun, it looks very, very, very beautiful. So I thought to myself, if maybe I could have one like that. That was me telling myself. I did not even tell that to him. So that's my answer.
So you weren't thinking of selling on in any large quantities to anybody else?
Can you repeat that question?
So if I understand your most recent answer, it suggests that you weren't interested in selling these units on to a different buyer. Or were you?
I was never interested on selling these guns to any buyer, as I'm not qualified to sell quantity or guns to anyone. I was entertaining. Can I finish, Commissioner? I was entertaining this Mabuza guy because he sent that to me.
All right, I am going to leave this weapons deal topic and move to a separate set of chats with the Comrade Didi Mabuza, Deputy President, WhatsApp person. And for this I'd like you to go
Before you do that, Mr. Chaskalson, if I may. Witness F, did I hear you correctly earlier before we broke for lunch to have said about these firearms, to have said they wanted to import the firearms to South Africa? Did I hear that part of your evidence correctly?
That's correct.
Okay. In that, who is they that you are referring to? You are contacted by Mr. Sipiwe Mabuza, and then you say, your explanation is they wanted to import. Who are they?
I was referring to Sipiwe Mabuza when I say they, because I know that he's a businessman. Obviously, he's not alone. So that's why I was saying they.
So he's a businessman in the business of selling guns?
No, Commissioner.
Why do you say you know he's a businessman and obviously you knew he wasn't alone? Who is he in business with that you would have...
I don't know.
No?
I don't know.
Let me finish. Let me finish, Witness F. You say they, and you've explained that they is Mr. Mabuza and business because you know he's a business person. You know him to be in business with whom that you would have thought they were seeking to import these guns?
I don't know, Commissioner.
What don't you...
just observe.
Sorry, what don't you know?
I don't know of whom is he with in the said business, but I know that he's in business of supplying not guns, to my knowledge, but other things.
Okay. When you're a police officer, is Mr. Mabuza in the business, and I think I've asked you this, maybe answer so that I can follow up with my next question. Do you know him to be in the business of selling guns?
No, I don't know him like that.
So you are approached by a civilian who wants to sell up to 750 units of guns, and he speaks to you. Somehow he's got the confidence to speak to a police officer about selling guns when he's not in the registered business of selling guns, and you just want to test. You didn't do anything about it. You didn't say, but this is breaking the law. Why is that you don't see this as someone who's breaking the law and then you need to act about it?
According to me and my understanding, in terms of the illegal firearms, there is no way that if those guns were illegal, he could sell each gun by 15,500, because of even in the shop is 15,000 or 13,000. It differs on the brand of a particular firearm. This is the reason I came to conclusion that he might have got them somewhere or bought them somewhere in Impala. He wants to sell them or to venture into business of some sort. But I did not verify with him because I did not see a point to verify with him. I assumed at that particular time that he was trying to venture into another business.
The business of selling 750 guns, and you, a police officer, didn't see a problem with that. All you wanted to do was let me test them.
That's correct, Commissioners.
And that you... Yes, carry on.
Can I?
Yes, carry on.
Okay. Not that I did not care or try to inquire further. As someone who's in business at his caliber and level, I just assume that he's venturing into that. I did not ignore that because of I'm a police official, or I did not ignore that at all. I just assume that because of he's a businessman, he's venturing into something.
Did you report this to the police afterwards? So that there could be a proper investigation whether he's breaking the law or not?
I did not, Commissioner.
Okay. Did you maybe not report it, or did you maybe respond the way you do, that I need to see and test, because you knew exactly what was happening, that this is just a gun-selling, unlawful gun-selling venture, and you were comfortable with being part of it. All you needed to do was test them.
I disagree with your version, Commissioner. I did not know that it was illegal gun selling. The person is live. He can be called and come and testify on whether these guns were illegal or legal.
Okay.
But best of my ability, it looked legit.
What about it look legit?
The price is thereof.
Yes. Witness F, what is it about these WhatsApp messages? You've got a message that says, hey brother, do you have a market for a compact CQC, close quarter combat, 12-gauge shotgun manufactured in South Africa, pick attached. I have access to 750 units in knockdown component form, plus spares, ready for shipping with matching flashbang ammo. See video at family price. That's the first message you have. Now, yes. You say to us, you thought maybe he wants to venture into something different. So you know he's not in the gun selling business. What did you consider to be lawful about this? as a police officer, I don't ask you as a civilian, I ask you as a police officer who does have a legal duty to act when a crime is committed, an offense is committed in their presence. That's the premise of my question. You have that responsibility. Someone is asking you to find buyers for 750 firearms. I think guns, I don't know the difference between firearms and guns, whether it has anything to do with caliber. But someone is asking you, you know them not to be in the business of gun selling, because I've asked you that question, and you firmly answer that no, he's not in the business of gun selling, and you thought maybe he's venturing out. Now, you have no reason to think and believe that he's got a license to sell this, because you're not telling us that. You have no reason for that. As a police officer, how is it responsible and lawful that you don't act against what is prima facie an offense being committed by asking you to find buyers for guns?
To me, maybe I've applied my mind as a police officer, that knowing that the street value of the particular similar firearm, they go around 2.5, 3,000. So if this one is 15,000, to me it came as a legit deal. And this guy, knowing very well that I'm a law enforcer, he would not have sent me stolen firearms or firearms are to be used to commit some sort of crime, knowing that I'm a police.
All right. Thank you, Witness F. Thank you. You've answered me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we go to page 696 of the same bundle? And there, at 2:06 on 16 January 2024, it's a bit earlier, Comrade Didi Mabuza sends you a message saying, "Buti, please don't forgive about me," and I think it's forget about me. Am I correct that it was forget about me?
I'm still checking.
696.
Yes, I see that, Commissioners.
And is that, was it really meant to read, "Please don't forget about me"?
Can you repeat that question, Commissioner?
It says, "Buti, please don't forgive about me." Reading it, I think that what he probably meant to say was, "Please don't forget about me." Or did he mean, did you read that message as meaning, "Please don't forgive about me"?
I can't comment on that message because even myself, I don't understand what he meant by "please don't forgive me" or "please don't forget me." I did not know what he wanted to say.
Okay, well, let's go to the next text, which is sent the following day at 5:36 p.m. And it sends a screenshot, and the screenshot is in the annexure bundle at page 299.
Yes, I see.
And the screenshot seems to be a screenshot of a message sent by Comrade Didi Mabuza, Deputy President, to Jerry Kazi. And because it's sent...
Sorry, Advocate, we lost you. So give us the page number
at
again.
229 of the annexure bundle. Of the annexure bundle, not the exhibit bundle.
Is that page 229?
I confirm.
Sorry.
It's being flighted, Commissioner, so what you're looking for is a document like that. And so this is a screenshot that was sent to you by the person described as Comrade Didi Mabuza, Deputy President. And it's a screenshot of his conversation with someone who's saved on his phone as Jerry Kazi. Do you know who Jerry Kazi is?
I don't know him.
You don't know him?
Yes.
It says, firstly, the time on the screenshot is 1736. Which is the same time it was sent to you. That will see is reflected on page 696. It says, "Okay, Kazi," this is Jerry Kazi speaking, "I've got an issue." There's then a voice note and a voice call. He then shows, Jerry Kazi then shows a Teams meeting calendar entry and says, "I have an urgent special exco now at 6. And the person described as Comrade Didi Mabuza says, "You will indicate." Then Jerry Kazi says, "Let's meet 007 tonight after my meeting. It's urgent." And the person described as Comrade Didi Mabuza gives a clenched fist emoji. Now, who's 007?
I don't know him, Commissioner.
I think you do know, Witness F. I think you know that it's you.
Commissioners, my name is that one of that one. Not 007. Maybe themselves together, when they are together, they are referring me as 007. But that is not my name.
I know it's not your name, but why would they refer to you as 007, do you think?
I don't know. I would not know. You know, when two people are friends there, they give people's name. I cannot get into that and say it's because of this. I might have maybe PKS, maybe they call me PKS, then I would not entertain that eventually that is my name. But I can confirm 00 or 00 is not my name.
What did Mr. Matlala call you on his chats? Do you remember?
You call me what, Commissioners?
What did Mr. Matlala call you on his chats? Do you remember? I mean, if you don't, you just say no.
I don't remember.
What you'll see when, if you look at the chats that were attached to your notices, is that he referred to you as Colonel and then your name, brackets, 00. Does that ring a bell?
I don't know how to answer that.
Do you know what 00 signifies in the James Bond movies?
James Bond, I don't know him. No, I can't comment on that.
You don't know who 007 is?
No, I don't know, Commissioner.
Well, James Bond was 007. But the 00 agents were the agents who had a license to kill.
No, okay, now I know, Commissioner.
All right, let's see what proceeds from this 007 chat. If we go back to page 229 of the annexure bundle, you'll see that the last text from Jerry Kazi was, "It's urgent." Can you recall what was so urgent that people wanted to see you that night?
Firstly, I would not say they wanted to see me because at that time, my name is not 007. It's that and that. That is my name. So I can now say when they were referring to 007, they were referring to me. So therefore, I cannot know what was that agent in that particular time.
Okay, well, let's look at the second screenshot. You'll see that it was sent to you at 5:57. That appears at page 696 of the main chats. And it appears in the annexure bundle at page 230. And it's essentially the same image, except now there are 3 more messages. After the clenched fist, the person described as Comrade Didi Mabuza says, "Sorted and confirmed." And Jerry Kazi says, "Thanks, Kazi, 7-ish, right."
I see that, Commissioners.
Let's go back to your text at page 696. And after sending you that second screenshot, the sender described as Comrade Didi Mabuza, Deputy President, says, "The pivot, please, next to Palazzo." And if you go over the page, and then there's a thumbs up. Why was he giving you these screenshots and these address details for the meeting? What was he expecting of you?
I would not know, Commissioners.
Was he not expecting you to come to the meeting?
I don't know, Commissioners.
Did you go to the meeting?
I can't remember, Commissioners.
Well, maybe let me jog your memory. If you go to 533 of the evidence bundle, you'll see that at 1739, you forwarded that screenshot to someone who is described in your chats as Bra Steve Mswazi, and who we understand to be Mr. Stephen Motsumi. So let me ask you 2 questions. First, is Bra Steve Mswazi Stephen Motsumi? Can you answer that?
Can you repeat that question, Commissioner?
Is the person saved in your phone as Bra Steve brackets Mswazi, Mr. Stephen Motsumi?
That's correct.
And then why did you forward that screenshot from the person described as Comrade Didi Mabuza, Deputy President, to Mr. Motsumi on the 17th of January 2024 at 1739?
I can't remember. To be honest with you, Commissioners, I can't remember. Why did I exactly send it?
Well, can I ask you some questions? What is the relationship between the person who is described in your phone as Comrade Didi Mabuza, Deputy President, and Mr. Motsumi?
they don't have a relationship.
Then why would you be forwarding an invitation to a meeting sent by Comrade Didi Mabuza, Deputy President, to Mr. Mutsumi? Why would you forward the screenshot to him?
I really don't know. That is the reason, if you see here, Commissioners, Stevens Mutsumi or Brahar Mutsumi never responded.
I see he didn't respond, but my question is really, why did you send it to him?
I don't know. I really can't remember. Maybe, I don't know.
And let me move to another issue that's related, possibly.
Can I perhaps suggest to you, because you don't remember, so we are going to have to make what we do of this evidence that is contained in these chats. Can I propose to you for your comment that you probably sent it to him because you knew he had an interest in this meeting that was being arranged? Otherwise it doesn't make sense that you would forward an invitation to a meeting. Any comment?
I don't think it will be a good thing to say he had an interest.
Yes.
Because even myself, I can't even remember why exactly did I send this to him.
Yes.
So I can't say now to him he had an interest.
Well, the reason I'm saying probably is because it's otherwise a random discussion about a meeting and a meeting place to meet 007 at 7-ish, right? So it's a message like that. You then forward it to a specific person, Mr. Mutsumi in this case. What I'm putting to you is you didn't do so randomly. There has to be a reason. You may not remember it, but there was a reason when you forwarded this message to him. You didn't send it to just anybody. You didn't send it to General Sibiya, at least not in front, what we have in front of us here. You picked a specific person. It has to be that it's because you knew he would have an interest or he has an interest in that meeting. And I'm saying that's what it looks like, if I'm to offer an explanation because you don't remember. Do you have any comment?
I still maintain that I don't remember, Commissioners, with due respect. I so wish that I could scratch my head till I remember, but I can't remember.
Okay, thank you. Witness F.
Witness F, I'm going to go to a different topic. In your application for a postponement that we heard last week, you said you could only sign the application on 28 January because you weren't available on 27 January as you had to collect a suspect in vendor for Musina case 210/09/2022. The charge was cash in transit. You recall that?
That's correct.
Can you describe to the Commission what this case is about and who the suspects are?
Commissioner, the case is about cash in transit, position of hijacked motor vehicle, position of unlicensed firearms, and ammunition.
And so, am I to understand that this relates to a cash-in-transit robbery with stolen vehicles and unlicensed firearms?
That's correct.
And do you know who the suspects are? Can you recall their names?
Tobile Natoshi, Eric Matele Musa, and Bongani Kumado.
And you've been working on this case for 3.5 years now. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I want to take you to page 184 of the annexure bundle.
That's correct.
And what we see in page 184 of the annexure bundle is a document that you have prepared called Application for Fingerprints Identification as per Musina Case 210/09/2022. Hereby apply for investigation of fingerprint comparison investigation as per following bag number, and you give the bag number, PW 4084-1044. Therefore, I request LCRC to investigate further the matters due to appear in the Polokwane High Court on 20 June 2024. I further request that this matter be investigated by Warrant Officer S. Motau, and you give his personal number, as he has previously investigated our cases positively. You make the specific request for Warrant Officer Motau. What previous cases had you worked on with him, and what positive results had he produced?
We worked with Warrant Officer Motau on British American tobacco cases where robberies were made in those years of British American tobacco, and house breaking, even though I can't quite remember the case numbers. So we work with him most on our cases.
And he's given you good results before?
That's correct, Commissioners.
Can we go to the following page in the annexure bundle, page 185? And this, as I understand, is a photograph of that evidence bag that was referred to in your request, and it's actually the fingerprint set for the Musina case.
That's correct.
Can you now go to page 556 of the evidence bundle?
So 500.
56. And you recall that that application that you made was on the 7th of June. What we see at page 556 is that on the 14th of June at 9:43, you forwarded 2 photographs to Mr. Motsumi.
That's correct.
One was the application for the fingerprint identification to be assigned to to Warrant Officer Motau, and the second was a picture of the fingerprint set itself. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Why did you forward these police documents to Mr. Motsumi?
Okay, thank you, Commissioners. On that particular day, or on that week, let me bring this to the attention of the Commissioners. I am a biker, a motorcycle rider. Mr. Motsumi is a motorcycle rider. I am his mentor. He's my mentee. As a result, Mr. Motsumi, I was supposed to ride with him to a breakfast ride that weekend to Hartebees. So he kept on phoning and pestering me. Then I had to tell him that I'm under pressure. I'm working on this matter. This is how I sent him the photos, because of, according to me, he did not believe me that I was working on a serious matter. So therefore, I could not come to him. So I had to send a proof to him that I was busy with something.
So you're saying that you showed Mr. Mutsumi the identity of the police officer who was going to do the fingerprint comparison and the fingerprint set itself just to persuade him that you couldn't go on a breakfast ride on the weekend?
That's correct, Commissioners.
Witness F, I'm having difficulty believing that answer. But let me take you to the next question. What did Warrant Officer Sydney Motau ultimately report?
I think the results were negative, but the report is inside the docket. The docket is in High Court, Polokwane, as we speak. The accused persons are still in custody. But the report of Mr. Motau is inside the said docket. I can refer to it if maybe given a chance. Currently, the docket is in High Court, Limpopo.
You see, Witness F, what we've seen is a draft of a statement from Mr. Motau, Warrant Officer Motau, that says, and I'll quote, "The Scotch tape and black folion were scanned on AFIS and no identifications were made. The black and white folions were sealed and taken to Brits LCRC fingerprints lab for processing, but no fingerprints were found from the exhibits. The exhibits were sealed in bag number PW3000, gives the number, and handed back to yourself for safekeeping on the 8th of July. So what this draft statement that we've seen on your phone says is that on the 16th of July, you forward the details of the fingerprint examiner and the fingerprint bag to Mr. Mutsumi, and this is in respect of a cash in transit case. And on the 8th of July, the person whose details you had forwarded to Mr. Mutsumi reports that there are no fingerprints. Do you want to comment on that?
I don't know, or I don't understand exactly your question in that matter.
Mr. Chairperson, can you please show us the final report by...
I haven't seen the final report. What I've seen is a
rather-
draft report.
No, the draft you are referring to.
I can. It's not in the bundle, but I can show it. It may be that the witness wants time to consider it. Sorry.
Please talk to your leader.
Not the report, it is. Okay, but somebody needs to, the witness needs to be able to see it. Can you flight it? It's being flighted now.
Thank you, thank you.
Commissioner.
Yes, Mr. Ngwanda.
Is the witness going to be asked about a document he has never seen before?
Well, it's not that he's never seen it before, it's that it wasn't in the bundle. But he doesn't need to answer questions on it now. We would just like to display it now.
If you cannot answer, you can address it later, but I don't think anything stops us from having a look at it.
So it's noted that he has never seen it. If it's not in the bundle.
But if he is in a position to answer, he may. If he says he can't, then that may be dealt with at a later stage.
accepted, Commissioner. I'm just saying that if it's not in the bundle, it simply confirms that he has never seen it because he doesn't have it.
We can't be sure about never having seen it, but not having seen it recently in preparation for the proceedings, that's something else. But whether he never ever saw it at any stage before, we don't know. I don't know, and possibly you don't know either.
Mr. Chaskasen, where do we see that what is on the screen is related to your page 184 and 185? Because there are no, it is redacted to what is on the screen, so there are no obvious identifiers that link the two documents, the three documents.
Chair, Commissioner, what I can confirm to you is that the well, let me check this. Let us come back to this. Let us return these documents. Let us make these documents available, and we will come back. But what you do recall, Witness F, is that the finding that was ultimately made was negative.
I'm not sure, but I think it was negative. I'm subjected to be corrected if that one too can be made present in my disposal.
Okay, well, we'll take this forward at a later stage.
Mr. Chaskasen, I would have asked a question relating to the same topic at 556, but if you are coming back to it, can I
sorry,
I'm saying this page, these documents at this letter and evidence bag, I was going to ask questions about them, but if you are coming back to the topic, I'm happy.
Commissioner Baloyi, I'm happy for you to ask your questions now, but
Okay.
it's not going to interfere with me when I come back.
All right. Witness F, this R. Steve Mswazi, in brackets, is he a member of the SAPS?
He is not, Commissioner.
Okay. Now, if he's not a member of the SAPS, why do you share with him SAPS property, the letter that you wrote requesting that Warrant Officer Mutau be the one responsible for the matter?
Thank you, Commissioner. The reason that I've shared with Brastif, I might have stored him as Bra, as in is a you know, early 40s, old 50s. To me, it's like a father. So I did not see him as a threat or a problem when I sent him a proof, because of he was pestering me, hey, that is when I said, Baba, relax. This is what I'm busy with now. So that he must be at ease to see that I'm not avoiding him. It's the matter of the agency at work. Secondly, Babar or Brastif has no interest in these matters. He does not even know the people who are arrested there. It was just me sending to him and say, Baba, relax. I'm coming. I'm still under pressure. Thank you, Commissioner.
But you see, your answer doesn't square up. Your letter is on the 7th of June, and all it says to somebody on the 7th of June is that you want the fingerprints to be taken, I think that's what it is, to be checked, and then you state who is supposed to do that, and that's on the 7th of June, and then you forward this letter to Steve on the 14th of June. So you forward it 7 days later. It doesn't tell anyone that you are busy with this matter. You've written the letter, you finished. Well, what is he supposed to make of it?
Supposed to make Steve to relax. I was, in a way, assuring him that I can never avoid to come and ride with me, even though I sent it 14 days or 7 days after. It was in that fashion that Baba, relax. I'm busy with my work.
No, you're not busy writing the letter on the 14th, Witness F. Please try and think harder about the kind of answer you want to give us. It's false that you sent him a letter dated the 7th on the 14th so that you can show him that you are busy with this matter. That's false. That's not the only matter on your desk for sure. I can suggest that. So it is false, the answer that you are giving us. You have two options. You can rethink your answer or say to me, well, you stand by your answer even though I say it is false. Please don't repeat it. Do you want to say anything?
Commissioner, I'm afraid to say anything because according to me, I'm answering to the best of my ability. Now, I'm kind of skeptical to answer to suit a certain narrative or a certain direction, not on what really transpired on that particular day.
Okay.
I took an oath to tell nothing but the truth.
Yes.
So that is why I'm trying my level best to tell as it is.
Yes.
Thank you for.
All right. I really would like you to tell nothing but the truth. So far, you are not doing that. But let me ask you my next question. The evidence, I think, is the evidence bag, the one that says Musina case number 2 times fingerprint set. It has no date, so it doesn't say anything about you are busy. We know you are not the one that is going to be checking these fingerprints. Why do you send it? You've sent him the letter, which tells him you are busy. You've written a letter on the 7th, so you are busy. Why do you send him this bag that says, that gives a Musina case number and it says 2 times fingerprint set, and that's all that bag says? Why do you send that?
Commissioners, the bag goes hand in glove with the letter that I've sent. I just sent them 2 sets.
Yes, I'm asking you, why do you send him the bag? You don't answer and say they go together. Whether or not they go together, you've sent the letter, you've given us your explanation. You wanted to show him that you are busy writing a letter that is dated the 7th. You're busy with a matter. Why do you send the bag which says nothing? On the face of it, it just gives the case number and what's in there. Why do you send this evidence bag to Steve? Witness F, do you have an answer or not to my question?
I'm afraid I would say, Commissioners, I've sent the bag with the letter, and it will not sit well with my Honorable Commissioner that it will look as if now I'm not telling the truth. but I just send it like that. And now, the evidence back usually, there are no dates. Once you put the letter, the date on a letter, and you just stapler your so-called or your letter on top of this evidence back when you submit to local criminal center. So at that particular time, we're not stapled together. I've sent both of them at that time.
Okay. Lastly, are you able to tell us whether or not it is lawful that you share this kind of information with a civilian?
I think the lawful, according to my little knowledge that I have, not that I'm making an excuse, it becomes unlawful when you share an information with a civilian who is compromised or who got interest in that particular matter. So to me, at that time, I was just sending Ubaba, this is what I'm busy with. I did not see it like that.
Okay.
So my answer to the commission, by the time I sent it, there was no any unlawfulness.
Okay. Maybe let me say lastly, I know speaking for myself, but I suspect many South Africans will not sleep easy knowing that police officers share matters, documents that are in dockets, they share them with civilians who have absolutely no interest, according to you, in matters that are under investigation. I just want to make that comment to you, that it is a matter of concern. And I put it to you, it's irregular and unlawful that you would have shared the contents of a police file with a civilian who has, according to you, no interest in the matter. Thank you, Witness F.
Noted, and thank you, Commissioner.
I now want to go onto a different topic involving Mr. Mutsumi, and it's going to involve flipping between a series of chats between yourself and Mr. Mutsumi that start at page 554, and some parallel chats between yourself and General Sibiya that start at page 224. So can I ask you to start at 554, but if you've got a post-it stamp or something that you can just mark that page when I ask you to go back, you keep it marked, because we're going to be moving backwards and forwards between these pages.
Mr. Our desks are a bit cluttered, so do we need to put some of the files away and focus on one for a moment, and then?
I think for now, it will be both exhibit files.
Okay.
Are the ones that we will be going through.
And you referred us to 554 and 22 something.
224
Thank
and
you.
554. And in fact, it's 553 where it starts, not 554. And there you will see that at page 553, Mr. Mutsumi called you at 13:51, sort of 9 minutes to 2 in the afternoon. If you jump now, I'm sorry, we're talking about the 5th of June 2024. If you jump now to 224, you'll see that 2 minutes after you got the call from Mr. Motsumi, you sent a message to General Sibiya saying, time for meeting, question mark, question mark. General Sibiya replied to you at 1526 saying 18 to 1900, I have a meeting at 1930. You responded at 1527 saying, let me forward.
Mr. Chaskalson, just bear with us, please.
We are lost, Mr. Chaskalson. 224 is what? Is
It's the same, 224 in the exhibit bundle, not the annexure bundle.
it 224 and 553, you say?
224 and 553 is where we start. So if we can start again at 553. And it may actually be easier just to take out 553 and 554 and to have them in one hand while one looks at 224 and 225 in the file. So 553, and all of this is happening on the 5th of June 2024. At 1351, Mr. Motsumi calls you, 1351:45. That's the sort of open chat bubble on the left-hand, bottom left of 553. Now if we go to 224, we see that at 13:53:26, which is 2 minutes later, you send a text to General Sibiya saying, time for meeting, question mark, question mark. Staying on 224, at 15:26, General Sibiya responds to you and says, 1800 to 1900, I have a meeting at 1930. You say immediately, let me forward to them. Now, who is them who you're going to forward to?
Thank you, Commissioners. Can I not answer that for now? Because I've got an issue here. I can see where it says outgoing and ingoing. I'm making an example. Outgoing, it is me, there in 554. The message reads as follows, still with the National Commissioner. Let's see how it goes. So on the chart, it shows it is me sending that message to Braar Mswazi. And at no cost, I was with the National Commissioner. So I'm bringing this submission that I cannot comment further on this WhatsApp up until the High Court matter is finalized, because I can't answer because I'm not sure that this message were forwarded to me or I am the author of such. Like this other message saying, yes, let us see, Sintumule is still representing. I've never been on a meeting with Sintumule, but on the chart, it states that I am the one who sent such message. So I'm making this submission to the Commission that I cannot answer on this one because I'm not clear about them, especially this chat.
Well, I'll take you through the chats. I don't expect you to answer yet. I think that the concern that you're just expressing is one that will go away when we go through the chat slowly, because we'll realize that what you're doing is you're forwarding to Mr. Motsumi messages that you receive from General Sibiya. But we may need to go slowly to show that to you. You say at 1527, let me forward to them. If you go to 553, you see that at 1542, you forward to Mr. Motsumi the message from General Sibiya. 18 to 1900, I have a meeting at 1930. That's the message that General Sibiya sent to you that you're now forwarding to Mr. Motsumi. There are then conversations between yourself...
sorry, Mr. Shadrack. Witness F, just to be sure that you are still with us, do you accept that you wrote the text that says, let me forward to